What's going on YouTube? My name is ginj-tcg or Chris, and today I'm back with another crazy rogue deck video, and this one is gonna be the Kofu box that revolves around Crabominable. With the food prep ability, attacks used by this Pokemon cost a colorless energy less for each Kofu in your discard pile, and with the Haymaker attack, where you could potentially swing for just one energy and do 250 damage, that is an insane combo I could not leave untouched from the channel. And then we also have Veluza with a nice single prizer with the same ability with the Sonic Edge attack, where we have 4 energy, could be knocked down to 0 and attack for free, where we do 110 damage, which doesn't seem like a lot, but just like Crammer and Lost Box, that is a huge bit of chip damage to do for free. When you pair that with the Brilliant Blender SPC, you can search your deck for up to 5 cards and discard them. You can immediately search for every Kofu you got, throw it in the discard pile, and then your Pokemon will be swinging for very, very low energy for the rest of the game. As a natural combo for the deck, I am running the Palkia VSTAR engine as well as backup attacker. Palkia VSTAR is an insanely strong attacker right now with the popularity of Area Zero Underdepths, and Star Portal, is a busted ability, especially when you pair it with Radiant Greninja. With the Moonlight Shuriken attack, you can discard 2 energy attached to this Pokemon and do 90 damage to your opponent's bench Pokemon. So if you're up against Charizard, Hydreigon, Dragapult, any deck like that that relies on evolving, or Gardevoir, something like that, you can use Moonlight Shuriken and take 2 prize cards off 2 low HP Pokemon. On top of that, for the rest of the deck, we got Fez and Squawk as the early game and mid to late game draw engines, and we're also playing 1 copy of Luxray with the Swelling Flash ability, where you, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in your hand and you're losing, so if your opponent has more prize cards than you, can put it onto your bench. When you do that, you get a nice electric attacker, which swings very well into Pidgeot as well as any water attacker, including other Palkias or stuff like that if you're running into those. Doing 180 damage for 3 energy might seem a little bit complicated, but we have reversal energy. Since we're playing non-rule box evolution Pokemon, if we're losing, we can attach the reversal energy and switch, which counts as 3 rainbow energy, so we could swing with Luxray, or use that if we don't have all of our Kofus, so we can cover multiple energy costs on Crabominable. And since you need to be losing anyways to play Luxray, it makes sense that reversal energy, if you could play Luxray, you could play reversal, which means you're probably swinging with it. In terms of also losing game, we're playing 2 copies of Defiance Band, so our Kofus, I'm pretty sure I kept saying that, our Crabominables are swinging 280 with Haymaker. So if we're up against Regidrago VSTAR, Lugia VSTAR, anything like that, we can hit the magic number 280, and if we're up against a deck like Charizard, Dragapult, anything that's super, super tanky, no tool is really going to fix that math, so just 2-shotting it with solid single prize attackers is going to be our best bet, and Crabominable plus Veluza equals a KO on pretty much all of those Pokemon, so it's still not a bad combo to work around. In terms of the rest of the deck, we are playing a water deck, so naturally we're going to be playing 4 copies of Irida, 3 copies of Iono, and then I believe, 2 copies of Boss? Yeah, we got 2 copies of Boss in the deck, and we also have TM Crisis Punch, where we can use this card, we can use this attack if our opponent has 1 prize card remaining, which isn't too impossible to set up, since we're playing a bunch of single prizers, and then we could swing 280 damage for free. Since Food Prep says attacks used by this Pokemon cause a colorless less for each Kofu, so TM Crisis Punch is an attack that this Pokemon has access to, allowing us to attack for free with Crabominable as well as Veluza, giving us an insane single prize, one-shot, OHKO attack at the last turn of the game. We're only playing 6 energy as well as 1 Earthen Vessel. I really don't think we need more energy than this. None of our Pokemon, with the exception of maybe Greninja, is a high energy attacker, and with 1 copy of Vessel, we should be able to get all the energy we need into play for us to use. In terms of recovery, we are playing 3 Night Stretcher though, so if a Pokemon is KO'd, we could go Night Stretcher, take the 1 energy back, manual attach, boom, we're swinging again. We've also got 1 copy of Rod to use that to recycle any Pokemon that we might need, as well as Pal Pad in case our PokéStop, which is the stadium of choice, gets rid of any supporters we might be looking for, such as Boss's Orders, Iono, or Irida. Past that, I think that's pretty much it for the list. The list isn't a super complicated one. I just thought the Kofu box was a super fun deck to play that I haven't seen for a minute on YouTube, and I realized I had never actually made a video on it, so here's my go at the Kofu box, and we will see how well we can do. But before we hop into today's video, I just wanted to remind everyone I got that TCG player affiliate link, which is in the description down below. So if you want to support the channel, just use the link. It's not like a TCG shop, it's literally just an affiliate link. So all you have to do is click on the link and order cards or deck accessories for whatever card game you are going to as normal, and you'll be supporting the channel in a huge way. So thank you to everyone who has been doing that for real. I appreciate y'all. And with that being said, I mean, check out the podcast. Episode just went up yesterday. If you haven't checked it out, the Battle VIPs podcast provides some amazing insight into some tier lists as well as how decks are doing, what's performing. We got 2 big regionals coming up after a long break, so if you want to stay up to date on the meta and how it's looking, I would definitely check out the Battle VIPs. Whoa, that was not English. I can't talk today. I know it was a long day at work, but that is insane. Check out the Battle VIPs podcast. With that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning into the deck intro. Let's get into it with the Kofu box with Crabominable. While I'm plugging things for the channel, I just wanted to say too, if you haven't seen my updates, I am doing a Rogue Regional, which is going to be an in-person tournament played, by me and my friends, and just a bunch of us running some insane Rogue decks. So if you're into this channel, and you're into a bunch of just crazy decks, and you want to see a big live stream events, where I'm going to be trying to do just a whole bunch of really cool things, I would definitely give the Rogue Regional a check. It'll be on February 8th, and my friends and I will all be playing some crazy decks. We'll have the types of decks posted, so if you want to root for a certain deck and who's playing what, you totally can. But it'll be a super fun event, so if you want to check it out, definitely be my guest. It's going to be a ton of fun to run. I can't wait to see you guys there for that live stream. Now, we are up against Arch Out, and we're taking 2 mulligans, which is pretty big considering we got 2 Kofu in our hand, which is not ideal, but we'll make it work. And we actually lead 3 energy. Half the energy in our deck we are playing right now, and I am gonna have to figure something out to get all 4 Kofus in the discard pile immediately. I think the best play for us is gonna be Irida, still go Brilliant Blender potentially, and then take Radiant Greninja or Palkia. I'm deciding between 2, or even Ultra Ball to get rid of 2 Kofus doesn't seem too bad. I mean, we'll see what's prized. If we have a Kofu prized, we'll definitely go the Ultra Ball route. For now, I will take Greninja, and we can take Brilliant Blender. I need to scroll through. We've got all, and we got 1 Kofu in the deck. So Brilliant Blender really doesn't seem that great when we've only got 1 in there. I think here the best play for us is actually to go Ultra Ball. We can Ultra Ball away the 2 Kofus and get Palkia V as well as use Radiant Greninja. So it'll get us, a decent setup. And it's totally not the end of the world, if you prize. Oh, actually, I forgot. We could totally go Squawk here. Although I kind of like our hand. Our hand is kind of insane now that I think about it. I actually don't think I need to. I think Squawk would be amazing in a few other scenarios. I don't know about this one. I don't know if I like losing boss to energy. I mean, losing all the energy probably isn't at the end of the world, because we could use Palkia VSTAR the turn after. Maybe we do go Squawk. It's just a prize liability I really don't feel like having my opponent take. But I do like the super aggro setup, so I actually am going to go for it. And then I think we're going to wait to Radiant Greninja, potentially. Maybe I should have taken Palkia V off that. I'm just going to Squawk and Seize for now. See if I can draw into a bit better hand, because relying on Greninja might not be the most reliable thing, and this is a ton better than what we were looking at. So we can Nest Ball here, we could take out Palkia, and we got another energy I could totally use concealed cards on. However, we already have 3 energy in the discard pile. I can try to Star Portal next turn, depending on what this PokéStop hits. If I could get, like, Night Stretcher or something like that, take the Palkia VSTAR out of discard, or okay, maybe just a switch. I mean, that hurts a bit, but losing another energy, having 4 energy in the discard pile, is definitely not worth it to concealed cards. I think our best play for us, just pass to our opponent. We kind of need the energy in hand, maybe next turn to concealed cards if I don't get anything good off PokéStop or the top deck. But more importantly, I'm going to have to figure something out with getting all these energy out of the discard pile, because Star Portal would be a little annoying if all of our energy is in the discard, but our opponent's just going to Iono. So we'll get a bunch of cards back into our hand, which feels pretty good. And one of them is Night Stretcher. So we already got Palkia VSTAR. We're already sitting at pretty much a perfect attack. My opponent is going to rip the PokéStop. They're going to fail it. So if they don't get a Pokemon set up here, I do believe... or never mind, I was going to say we could take Chip if we just go Irida for Palkia VSTAR switch. But they are going to get another Duraludon down. So it's not the end of the world. And they just swing for 30 damage on Veluza. That's cool. Okay, so slow down. Let's reassess. What's the play here? I like... Do I really need all these Nest Balls? Probably not. I probably could use 1. I could take down... Actually, we don't have another... what do you call it? Crabrawler. I know 1 is in our hand. I was kind of hoping I didn't have to play it, but it's not the end of the world. I think the best shot for us is just, what, Irida here? And we get Irida. We could take out Palkia. Ooh. Palkia VSTAR is prized. Okay, so we'll use Night Stretcher to take the one in the discard pile, and then maybe we go Brilliant Blender here and just thin out the deck from all the cards we know we don't need. Like, Luxray is probably not going to be our friend here. I could take out Kofu, and I could probably take out another Palkia. I don't really think there's a chance I play a second Palkia line, especially knowing one is prized. So we'll Night Stretcher here. I'll take the one Palkia VSTAR from the discard pile, and I will throw it onto this guy. I can use Crabominable, and then I can do some digging here. I can go Brilliant Blender, and I could kind of just take out everything not super useful for the rest of the game. Like, this is not a Luxray match, most likely. Definitely don't need this Kofu in here, but I think the rest of the cards we could get some solid value out of. Maybe I could get rid of one Nest Ball. Maybe we still got one in hand. Just to thin as many cards as possible from the deck in Palkia VSTAR. And I think that's going to be the best play we could go for. So now all I need is, what, 1 energy on Veluza, that's totally fine. Then I would need 2 energy for 4 Crabominable, excuse me. So I guess we'll Star Portal here. We could throw, what, 1 energy on Veluza? And I'm even tempted to go, like, 1 on Crabominable, 1 on Palkia. Definitely not a Greninja match. As much as I would like it to be, it's not. And then I think we just swing 110, 1 energy. Not a bad trade. Not a bad trade. Taking this one a little bit slow, but so is our opponent. And I realize right now I am like rushing when I talk. I have no idea why. I had a super long day at work, so I apologize if I've been a little all over the place. I'm a little tired when I'm recording this right now, but I am trying just to get out a solid deck. And I'm playing one that was like very casual, very low key, you know, just one I knew I was going to enjoy playing. Like, I've been looking forward to this video a lot, because I think it actually is not too bad right now. Like, I think it actually has a bit of a fun matchup spread. It's nothing too insane, but a single prize deck right now honestly isn't that bad, and 160 HP on a single prize deck feels a little bit better. I think it's a little bit of tank to it, so I'm definitely hyped to see what this deck can do. So I apologize, yeah, if I'm a little more tired, a little more all over the place, a little more like ADHD than normal. It's definitely because I'm clocking now. I'm nearing my bedtime. It was a long day today, but enough of that. We are up against our opponent. They used their Scoop Up Cyclone early. Okay, that's definitely not something I see a problem with. And they lost Turo off the PokéStop too, which is going to be another amazing card to hit the discard pile. So hopefully that means my opponent doesn't have many full heal options left. And we can kind of just rely on these Archaladins not being Turo, not being Scoop Up Cyclone, so we can two-shot them with like a Veluza Crabominable play maybe. Or maybe I even go like Radiant Greninja and try to just put some good chip damage onto Archaladins. I don't know, or like clean up one Archaladin and then swing onto another. I don't know. I got a lot of lines I could take, and I could definitely get around Star Kronos. I mean, we got a lot of single prizes I could kind of throw up. If they got a Star Kronos and just take 2 prizes off it, it's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Archaladin having 300 HP is definitely annoying, but it's cool. It just means our like Defiance Bands are a little more useless, so I'm probably, I mean, actually, if I wanted to use Greninja, I should have Star Portal to it, which I didn't do. So I think, yeah, the best play might just be Veluza Crabominable for the rest of the game and just call it a day with those guys, which we definitely can do. Like, that's really not a worry at all. We got Iono in hand, and I can hopefully Iono myself into another Night Stretcher or Earthen Vessel, get a couple energy out of the deck. We just got to get that last Kofu out of the prizes, because then once I play that, we're swinging for 1 energy or for free with Veluza for the rest of the game. So for now, I think the best play for us, this guy has no energy attached to him. I don't know. I'm tempted to go Palkia here. I am tempted. But Crabominable also feels pretty good. Just giving him another single prize there, although I don't mind my opponent being on the odd prize for now. So maybe I do go Palkia, try to tank it, and just trade well into this Archaladin. If anything, I could switch, you know, try to, like, just get that thing out of the active. And actually getting Fezandipiti there is pretty huge. So I'm definitely going to, I don't have to Iono. If I could get Irida and save the Iono for the turn after, that actually would be, I think, the best thing for us. So I'm going to go Fez here, just because I would be giving my opponent more cards in their hand, and that's not necessarily what I want to see right now. We get the energy and reversal anyways, which is huge. So I can throw Crabominable in my hand, as well as Counter Catcher maybe. I could take out Dialga at some point. If I could get ahead on Dialga and just take that thing out now, that would be huge. So how much are we swinging for? We're swinging for 240. Oh, yeah, good night streaks. That Dialga's hitting the discard pile. I'm going to be taking the first 2 prizes. And then I could evolve Crabominable here. And I think our hand is golden where we're sitting. I do just want to swing 240. I don't want to use the PokéStop. There's no item I'm looking for to save me the game. I don't want to get rid of a resource that's going to be too valuable. So I'd rather just get out, get active, and take 2 prize cards. Let my opponent try to deal with the Palkia VSTAR sitting in front of them. Because they can't one-shot it right now. They're just swinging 220, which is fine. We can swing with Subspace Well. We could maybe find a switch card off Iono. Possibly. Depending on how big their hand is, I could go Iono if it knocks it down like 2-3 cards. And then I could switch into Crabominable. Potentially. I can attach a reversal energy. I don't get full value out of it, but it's not like the end of the world. I mean, I get the 2 energy I'm allowed to attack, and that's like the biggest thing. So I don't really hate that play either. I don't know. We'll see. My opponent, if nothing else, has double Archaladin, which is our key to victory. We just need to take out 1 Archaladin and then either 2 Duraladins, 1 other Archaladin. Like, we're 2-shotting them. It's not the end of the world. And we've got a lot of single prizes left. They're 2-shotting our Palkia VSTAR. Like, we could do this. We could definitely clutch this one up somehow. And they're going to get Fezandipiti. Actually, you know what? If I could get Boss's Orders and take out Fezandipiti and then just deal with 1 Archaladin, that would be the best thing for us. That would feel pretty good. But we only have 1 Boss's Orders left in the deck. I do have Pal Pad. So if nothing else, I might play PokéStop to try to dig. And if I get rid of Boss, then I'll just use Pal Pad. I'll get both the Boss's Orders back so I don't feel totally punished by it. And then we could try to dig a little bit harder and see if we could pull out that Boss's Orders again. I really just want to go Archaladin. It's going to be the only Pokemon we have to 2-shot. So if I could 2-shot this guy and then 1-shot this guy on the bench at some point in the game, that is going to be the easiest way for us to close it out against this deck. And this was definitely a harder matchup. So having a good plan, having a solid plan is kind of essential in terms of making sure we've got a good route to go. And they actually play another Turo, but not to heal, to loop the ability. That's surprising. I feel like, not to like mess with how my opponent's playing or anything, or like, you know, make, you know, like call it out in any way, but I feel like they should save those Turos to full heal. I'm not one-shotting their Pokemon. If they could pick up Archaladin now, after I swung, that would be a lot more devastating. So I'm definitely comfortable with how my opponent chose to play there. I'm going to PokéStop first, see what I can get off of it. We do lose our Boss's Orders, but we get double switch. So just like I was talking about, we're just going to go Pal Pad. We're going to take back both Boss's Orders because those are kind of essential at this point. And then I think here, we want to go Irida for Vessel maybe. See if I could get that other energy for Crabominable to attack and just give my opponent a single prize Pokemon. They have 7 cards in hand. I could Iono them to 5, but I don't see the value in that right now. We actually prized Vessel. So I think, you know what? We just take Veluza. We take Night Stretcher. I got 1 energy left in the discard. 2, excuse me. So I could take that thing back. I could take 1 of them back. And then I could attach that manual attachment to Crabominable. And then we just have 1 Night Stretcher left in the deck, which I think is all I need. I actually don't think I need too many Night Stretchers from here on out. So we could go into Crabominable, swing 250. They can take out Crabominable, that's fine. They'll drop to 4 prize cards. I could promote Palkia. I could promote Veluza. There's a whole bunch of different options. You know, to take a KO on their active Archaladin. And I don't think, famous last words, they play 3 Turo. I just feel like 3 Turo and Cyclone is criminal. Like, there's no way. They can't use Fezandipiti, so not getting a flip the script off. We did not take a KO, so I don't know how they go about this. If they boss and take out Palkia, I'm not upset at all. They will reset my Haymaker attack because I can only use Haymaker essentially every other turn, or I have to switch and use it. So I actually kind of bank on my opponent taking a KO. Luckily, if they don't and they just pass for some reason, I have a switch, so it's not the end of the world. But I would feel pretty good if they swung. If they just swung for some good damage, maybe I flip the script, get Boss's Orders, take out Fezandipiti now. Oh man, that would feel great. So we'll see what my opponent's got in store for us. Maybe they even go boss and like Squawk or Fez or something like that. It'd be a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but it's definitely not the end of the world. And they go Night Stretcher for Archaladin, I'd imagine. Oh wait, no, they don't even have Archaladin in the discard pile, actually, do they? They've just got Dialgas and Relicanth. Yeah, they take the energy, okay. So now they got 2 set up Archaladins, and they just go Metal Defender, swinging for KO on our active, swinging for weakness. So this is gonna be an easy KO for us here. So I am so tempted to go Veluza, but I'm not attacking for free, which is kind of painful. I think that means we just promote. We're tied on prizes. I can't go reversal. I think I'm just going to promote Palkia here. Probably the best play for us. And we get Boss's Orders off the top deck. That's actually so massive. It's not even funny. Okay. You know what I could do? Actually, I like this play a lot. I'm not going to lie. Okay, I think what I want to do, I want to go Veluza. I could use the reversal energy on Veluza. It only counts as one energy. It provides colorless energy. Yeah, so this should satisfy Veluza's one energy, right? And then I could switch into Veluza. So we could KO their active. And then I think I just hold the hand. Maybe I Fez too. Rip the Fezandipiti. We'll see what we get. We get our other boss's orders. Okay, so if our opponent does Iono us, we'll be in a rough spot. But here, all we have to do is swing for KO, swing 110. They'll promote Duraludon. They'll evolve into Archaludon. All we have to do, assuming they don't disrupt our hand, boss's orders on Fez, swing with Palkia, take the chip. If my opponent does take the KO on our active, we'd be in a bit of a worse spot, just a little bit, because I think Palkia is the only thing that can swing for KO on Fez right now. Reversal is not live, and it won't be for a little bit more time. So I can't just attach to Crabominable and swing. I could attach to Veluza again if I Nest Ball one back, but that's not totally going to help us either. So yeah, I kind of gotta hope that they don't Iono or Counter Catcher, I think is the biggest thing for us. And they're going to evolve into Archaludon there. They'll be allowed to get 2 more energy out of discard pile, which they could use to set up another Duraludon. And they've got 10 cards in hand. Like, that's the thing. They have such a massive hand. I'd be kind of shocked if this actually goes our way. And we get lucky enough to dodge all sorts of, you know, Ionos and bosses or whatever they're playing. Iono and boss are both, like, terrifying at this point. I need Palkia and I need my boss's orders in hand. So I'm really just hoping they swing for KO on our active. And they get their own Greninja, so they're digging for something. And I'm sure it's one of those 2 cards I mentioned. That's kind of what they need at this point if they want to stay in the game and not lose next turn. They got 10 cards again in hand. We'll see if any of those turn out to be the supporter of choice, and they're going to PokéStop and lose Thornton Double Research. So they're going to lose a lot of supporters again, not the ones I was hoping I would see off the Research, or PokéStop, because that would definitely tell me that they didn't have boss in their hand if they PokéStopped and lost a boss or 2 there. And there it is. We'll see who they take, and it is Palkia VSTAR. So now my opponent is tied up on prizes, which makes things a little difficult for us. But it's definitely not something I'm too scared of yet. If they have another boss's orders, I could be terrified. So I think the best play for us might even be to just go Veluza again. Maybe throw a reversal on Crabominable and Iono them. Just kind of put their hand way back down to size. We're not taking a KO, so they should not be able to Fezandipiti, and that should hopefully protect our basic EX Pokemon that are on our bench a bit. And I actually draw into another water energy. That's pretty huge. So we can swing 110. I can play Fez. I think the best play for us, we'll attach the reversal here. And I could Night Stretcher, but I don't see that totally saving me either. Because, like, there's nothing I really want to take at this point. I might just bench... Actually, I'm going to fail the Nest Ball. I'm going to do as much thinning as I can. I'm going to fail the Nest Ball. We got one more Crabominable in deck, so our Crabrawler could still evolve. And I think the best play for us is to go Iono then Fez. We'll leave the cards we got in the hand, you know. We'll just throw them on the bottom. And we'll see if we can draw into anything a little bit better to help us clutch up. I'd definitely like Defiance Band. I don't have a problem with Ultra Ball. Maybe we can use that to thin. Maybe search out another Crabominable if we need. And we are going to get Crisis Punch here. Okay, so that's not too bad. I think just to keep us thinning our deck a little bit, I do want to PokéStop and just be as close to getting boss's orders as possible next turn. And we actually do get off pretty well. So I think here, what do I want to do? I don't really need the Defiance Bands at this point. But I don't need a Rod for Crabominable either. I think, you know what, we're just going to swing 110. If nothing else, my opponent swings for KO. And now I could KO their active Archaludon, or I could dig for boss and take the KO on Fezandipiti. Crabominable can clean up both their active and a benched EX attacker. So as long as my opponent doesn't have another boss's orders, and of course I PokéStop or Iono them into gear, we might be able to get a little bit lucky and squeeze out a chip in match number 1. We'll see if they got anything else that's playable. They can PokéStop. Maybe they hit another gear. It's possible. And they lose Counter Catcher. Actually, well, no, technically they get it, but we're tied on prizes, so it doesn't do anything. It's kind of just a dead card in their hand, but they do lose Professor's Research, which is pretty big. And they are definitely taking back an energy here. They are not done digging. Yep, there's the energy to hand. They will play Radiant Greninja again. They just need Boss's Orders, and they got the win. If they don't got it, I am pretty confident I can pull off a Boss's Orders play this turn. They get Vessel, I'm assuming, is one card that they got out of that Greninja ability, so they can manual attach that somewhere. Maybe they just go for a retreat play. I mean, they can't use Raging Hammer. That would swing for KO. Excuse me. Assuming they retreat into Duraludon and attach here, they could actually Raging Hammer KO because we are weak to Steel, so they would swing 160 perfectly, but they can't do that to Veluza because Veluza is weak to Electric. But evolving to Archaludon does allow them to retreat into a different Archaludon that's set up, so that makes some solid sense. And they'll get 2 energy attached to their benched Duraludon. So I'm assuming they, go manual attachment to the base, oh my god, the benched EX. They'll retreat into that guy, they'll swing, and now we need Boss's Orders and the Iono us. That's actually totally okay by me. That gets me 2 cards deeper in my deck, which is exactly where I need to be, and those are both of the cards I would be looking for. My opponent has taken the KO, which means they are up 1 prize, which means Reversal Energy is in effect. So Crabominable can take the KO on Archaludon or Fezandipiti, and I think in this scenario, I want that Archaludon, man. I put in work to get this guy down, so don't mind if I Haymaker swing for KO here and jump away with match number 1. That was definitely down to the wire. I mean, that was a close one, and I expected it to be, man, and Kofu would be our last prize card. That makes sense. So we are up 1-0. Let's see if we can guarantee the positive record and catch the chip in match number 2 as well. Welcome to match number 2. We open up with a banger of a starting hand, I'm not gonna lie. So we do get Veluza down, as well as Palkia V, which is massive, and we get another Crabominable there, which isn't anything too crazy. I am tempted to play PokéStop here, I'm not gonna lie, and just dig a little bit deeper. I'm curious to see if I could get any sort of Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, even Brilliant Blender off the PokéStop. I mean, I wouldn't be complaining. We actually lose Boss's Orders, Defiance Band, and we get Night Stretcher. So that was totally not worth it. That's it's exactly what I get for being aggressive and trying to take a PokéStop when I really didn't need to. Next turn, though, I could Irida, I could go Palkia VSTAR and Brilliant Blender, and if I could pull off getting 4 Kofus in the discard pile with Brilliant Blender, I can attack with Veluza for free. If I can't pull that off, I think the safest play for us, actually, you know what, Earthen Vessel wouldn't even be too good because I can't get 2 energy in the discard pile. I think no matter what, I got to go Brilliant Blender and just kind of hope that I can make something happen with that. And my opponent is going to play Precious Trolley and Earthen Vessel, so I'm thinking that this is probably Cloth, which is an interesting matchup. They have a lot of single prize attackers. We have a lot of single prize attackers. That could definitely swing a whole bunch of different ways. So we'll see, I guess, who's got the better meme deck, although Cloth is a lot less of a meme and more of a legitimate deck at this point, and maybe one day Kofu Box will get there, I'm not sure. I know after that first match, I'm feeling pretty good. I'd love to say that I could get Kofu Box there, and they take Rotom V out of the prizes. Definitely not the Cloth that I thought it was, since they got Rotom V and Forest Seal Stone, and they're going to pop Forest Seal Stone now, so I have no idea what my opponent is doing. I know they have Precious Trolley in their hand. I'm curious to see what else they are missing. Maybe Area Zero Underdepths? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I had a feeling that this was Cloth or something like that, but I'm surprised they didn't take, what do you call it, Terrapagos off the Ultra Ball, because then they could have used Area Zero Underdepths and gotten it to work unless they needed it. But now Precious Trolley won't be allowing them to get 8. It'll only allow them to get 4 more. So I don't know. I'm curious. I have no idea what my opponent's doing. Maybe I'm thinking it's Cloth and it's not. I'm sure I'll find out in a minute. And it's Cloth. It is most definitely Cloth. And yeah, but they still have Squawk and Seize. Okay. I guess that makes sense. And they can just retreat into Cloth. They got Binding Mochi for Terrapagos. There's a lot of 2-prize Pokemon in this deck that we could totally take care of. And did they lose another boss there? Is that 2 bosses orders they had to discard pile? It is. Okay, that's huge for us, actually. So if Palkia V can hopefully... Never mind, they got an Iron Bundle. Okay, I was going to say hopefully stay on the bench and just live a turn. That would be huge, but nope. Anything I ask for naturally would have to go. And thank gosh they didn't put that Binding Mochi on Cloth. If they did and got Radiant Sneasel down, there is a good chance they would have just taken the KO on Palkia. So maybe I got a little bit lucky, assuming they rip Iron Bundle. But I have no idea. You know, we'll see what they got. They got 3 cards in hand. They got no sort of draw engine. They got no Mew EX or Fezandipiti or anything like that. So if we could take a KO on Cloth, we could draw a prize, and maybe since my opponent has a tiny hand, there's not much they could do. That would be huge. But for now, we'll see if they got anything else. Again, they could retreat for free and swing with Cloth, or they can instant charge, and they're going to go Hyper Blower there, stick Palkia in the active spot. I'm sure they're going to use that free retreat, put Cloth in the active spot, and there it is. Yep, they're going to retreat for free and poison both Pokemon, allowing them to do 170 damage. Yo, if they put that Binding Mochi on the active, we would have been cooked. But luckily, we did dodge that a little bit. So they're going to swing 170, 30 damage from the poison, and we are allowed to Irida at this point. Irida is going to be our saving grace, and we get a Crabrawler as well. That's so huge, it's not even funny. So I'm going to use Irida. I am going to take out Palkia VSTAR as well as Brilliant Blender and pray that all my Kofus are in the deck, but no. Naturally, one is prized. Okay, so just like before, I got no idea how to pull myself out of this one. We are going to Brilliant Blender. I am going to get rid of Squawk. That guy is useless at this point. 3 Kofus, and I don't know if we have any other useless cards. I guess Defiance Band is something I could thin out of the deck. I really don't need it. I mean, we could swing for KO on every single Pokemon with a Crabominable. I guess Veluza Defiance Band could be pretty big if I want to take out Cloth, but it's not like I'm attacking right now anyways. I kind of am just sacking Veluza, so you know, I guess that's fine. And we got Night Stretcher. That doesn't really help me out though, so I am just going to switch into Veluza. I'm going to evolve my Palkia VSTAR and into the VSTAR, and then I think I'm just gonna pass. I'm 1 energy short from greatness again, and actually, you know what, they've taken 20 damage of poison. If we could use Veluza, we actually could KO Cloth kind of nicely. Next turn I can go Crabominable and Iono, which is pretty big, and even if I give my opponent more cards in their hand, that's okay, because what's important is hopefully I can play the game, and playing the game is more important than hoping my opponent doesn't have what they need in their hand, because if I can't play the game, then it's pointless, whatever they do or don't have in their hand. They can just keep attacking, like they'll just keep taking KOs, they'll be fine, and they can go Iron Bundle here and take out my Crabrawler. I will just give them Veluza again, and now I can swing for KO on Cloth as well, as long as I could get 1 energy down, so that's fine. But we'll see what they do here. They might just leave Iron Bundle on the bench and just swing for KO maybe, which is fine too. Like, I really don't care as long as they take a single prize KO and don't KO my Palkia VSTAR. It's really the most important thing, so I guess it doesn't matter too much what my opponent does right now. They do have 2 cards in hand. I will Iono to 5. I lied. They actually will take Crabrawler is their preferred target. So then I could, yeah, same thing. Just promote Veluza, swing for KO on Cloth. I'll give them a new hand. That's whatever. You know, I can't win them all. Hopefully I can stop them though, you know, from getting any energy. Maybe they get an energy out of the prizes and I Iono it to the bottom of the deck. You never know. So we'll promote Veluza. We got the KO so long as we Iono into 1 energy, which is really all that matters here. And I think I am going to use Night Stretcher, take a Crabrawler out of the discard pile. Just because I like my odds of evolving next turn. I don't think I need 2 Pal Pad here. As nice as Irida or Boss would be, I don't think this is the time for either of those since I'm playing Iono. I don't want to clog my deck with them. I really just want that energy card or Vessel. It's not the end of the world. And we get the reversal as well. We actually get a really good hand, I'm not going to lie. I do like having Counter Catcher. It's going to be big for us to get ahead. So I think here we just want to smack the water energy right there. And then swing for 110, take the KO, tie our opponent up on prizes, and see what they got cooking for us next turn. What's important is I have Ultra Ball reversal energy. So, ooh, actually getting Luxray there does change a lot as well. So I could even take out Squawkabilly with Luxray, if anything, which feels pretty good. I don't think I could take out anything more than that. They get Petron. Okay. Well, that's kind of a problem. How much damage counters would this do? So they could do, what, a total of 9 damage counters, 8 or 9 damage counters, I believe, which actually doesn't KO Veluza. So I could even use Veluza to swing again. No, actually. Wait, I gotta figure this one out. You know, if they don't take a KO, I'm actually in a weirder spot than if they did take a KO. I'm not gonna lie. So that is interesting. I guess, though, they would KO us on the return with Poison, which would be annoying. But I would also swing for KO on Pecharunt. So, like, I guess that's fine? No, because then... Actually, yeah, because then I can promote another Crabrawler after this. And I can just evolve my benched one. And then I could hold the energy in hand, so it's, you know, if they Gus KO, it's not the end of the world. I could then evolve the other one, attach a reversal. Yeah, okay, we got a plan, as long as they don't attack here. It's the biggest thing. You could sit in a Pecharunt, that's fine, I don't care. I'll figure something out. They go Arven, okay, so they do have a slightly playable hand. We'll see what they take off Arven. I'd imagine we see a Nest Ball for another Cloth. I have no idea what tool they're looking for. Maybe they're going Binding Mochi on Cloth. And they go Ancient Booster Capsule as well. So maybe they don't have any more Mochi. Maybe they are just rocking with... Yeah, actually, no. They have nothing else to use that Ancient Booster Capsule on. Okay, yeah, I have no idea what my opponent is really looking for. And they just go Instant Charge. So they actually draw 3 cards, put us at 8 damage counters, which is fine. Oh, and Irida is kind of a fire supporter to get here, although not totally what I'm looking for. I think the best play for us, I don't really want to Ultra Ball anything out of this hand. I'm just going to Iono. If nothing else, I'm swinging for KO with Veluza, and I'll just promote a Crabrawler. That's totally fine. My opponent has a smaller hand now, and that's the most important thing. And this hand actually goes kind of crazy as well. I am tempted to bench another Palkia down, I'm not going to lie. I think I might, too. I think I kind of want to go, what? Fezandipiti and Palkia on the bench, take up those last 2 spots. That doesn't feel too bad. In case they get a KO on Palkia V, I might need to use Star Portal, even if it's just for 1 energy to attack next turn with someone. I could PokéStop, I could bump their stadium too. That actually would be kind of huge. Just kind of limit so many things. Just try to take down their hand size, take down their stadium, knock their bench down. Depending on what they get rid of, they might be bench locked, but no, they keep the Terrapagos. Okay, so they are chilling. They could have got rid of one of them. That was interesting, but it's fine. I don't think I need to PokéStop, but I would like to see some energy in this card. I think I'm going to. There's just a couple more cards I do want. Those are all cards I want, actually. That is 100% fine by me. So, now we swing for KO. We swing 110. We will get KO'd due to poison damage. But I could promote a Crabrawler. Actually, wait, no, I might not because I took out their active. Oh my gosh, wait, stop, that's insane. I missed math, but in the best way possible for once. Usually when I miss math, I lose the game because of it. But, right now I'm actually fine because even if they get the DTE, they could attack, whatever. Veluza's dying. I'm taking 3 damage counters anyways. What's important is I did not die from poison damage, so I didn't have to sack a Crabrawler. So next turn I could go Ultra Ball and get a Crabrawler. Actually, I could just Irida, get a Crabrawler, and maybe Vessel, get some energy down. And then I could use the Ultra Ball, get rid of those. Wait, yeah, actually. No, I'm cooking. I got a plan. And it does involve jumping ahead 2 more prize cards after I take out their active with a Crabominable EX. So I kind of like our spot for this one. And then depending on what they do after that, I also got Fezandipiti. Actually, yeah, I got so many options, not even funny. I'm surprised why they took Rotom. Again, if they're not attacking and they're going into a Pecharunt play at any point, I think we're just kind of chilling here. Oh, and they got Fezandipiti down too. You know what? If I could go Boss's Orders and take out Fez, I don't even care if I leave him with Terrapagos. I would so much rather do that. So we'll see if I could flip the script into Boss before I use the Irida, just in case, because that would be kind of huge. We'll see. And they got a Nest Ball again. I'm sure here they're going to go for the Pecharunt again, maybe. It just, yeah, okay. I was going to say, it feels like it. If they got Rotom down, Pecharunt is the natural partner for that since they don't have to attack to get that extra poison damage. It's not the end of the world. And they could go for a Balls play on Palkia VSTAR, actually, take out the 80 damage counters needed on that guy. And they poison their active now, which is interesting. They're retreating into who? Into Pecharunt, the single prizer. Okay, that's fine. That is okay. I still get access to flip the script, I believe. Well, actually, no, I don't, because my active wasn't KO'd during my opponent's turn. It was KO'd in the Pokemon checkup phase, which is a little annoying, but we can figure it out. So this might be a better Irida play for us. We'll see. We will see. For now, still go Crabominable. Rotundant prizes, reversal's not going to work, sadly. But I could... Oh, I love Radiant Greninja there, actually. That's pretty huge. Yeah, I wish Fez was going to work. But it is not. I think that means... What would be the best play for us? Irida into Crabominable Earthen Vessel. And then I could use Greninja too. Huh. I could Star Portal if anything. Although I also like trying to use Veluza this turn, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that one off. Because I don't have a Switch card. Yeah, you know what? We'll just get Greninja down here. Oh, no, I can't retreat. I got too many energy in play. Or too many Pokemon in play. This damaged Palkia is kind of hurting us here. It's alright, though. We are going to Vessel away our Ultra Ball. We got Crabominable in hand, so it's not the end of the world. I'm going to take 2 energy out of this. I'm going to Concealed Cards 1 of them away. And it feels kind of bad to use a Crabominable to take a KO on Petron, but I guess it's not the end of the world. And we get another Ultra Ball and Luxray there, which is pretty sweet. I think here, the best play for us, what? Evolve. We got how many energy in discard? 2. I do have to Star Portal, though. There's really no way around it at this point. I can't Gust. Yeah, that's okay. Alright. And we need 2 energy on our active, I believe. Yeah, so I'm going to Star Portal. I'm going to put both of them on our active. And then I'm going to attach the 1 energy card in our hand, I guess, to this Palkia here. So at least we have an attacker for next turn. And then I think we just swing 250. And just call it a day there. That should be fine. They can flip the script. They can draw into a much bigger hand. I'll go down to 3 prize cards, which is a little awkward. I still need 2 KOs to close out this game, but we get the last Kofu out of the prizes. That's the game changer. That is the game changer we needed. So now our Crabominables can attack for just 1 energy. Our Veluzas are attacking for free. That actually feels so much better for so many different reasons. It's not even funny. So my opponent, sure, they can Ultra Ball. They get in their deck. They got flipped the script. Whatever. I'm feeling good and recharged after that prize card. Just even having that in the deck is reassuring. Even if we see like an Iono or something like that, just knowing I can dig it out and play it. And honestly, it's not even a bad card to play. You put 2 cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck, and then if you do that, you draw 4 cards. So it's actually like, I'm not gonna lie, kind of a solid card to draw into. I could totally throw Luxray and like maybe, actually no, I'd probably keep Night Stretcher. Honestly, oh, they get Boss. Oh, that's annoying. That's actually really, really annoying. So they could take Palkia VSTAR with the energy attached. I'm pretty sure they could swing for KO with Terapagos. Oh, but they can't with Cloth. They can on Fez, though. Fez is weak. Yeah, Fez is weak to fighting. I was like, there's something here I'm missing. It's the Fezandipiti play. Alright, that's a little annoying. What is the Pokemon I could KO that would be the most devastating? Because they're taking a 2 prize card KO here, so I do have access to Counter Catcher. I think it might be Terapagos with the DTE attached. And then maybe I could go... Maybe I could go... I'm trying to think of a way I could get Iono. I could dig. I could go Night Stretcher for an energy concealed cards. I could Ultra Ball away Kofu, which is why I'm thinking that. Like, I don't have to play Kofu. It's not the end of the world if I don't. They're going to take the KO on Fez. They're going to take 2 prize cards here. And we are 1 boss's orders away from losing again. You know, we just keep getting ourselves into these scenarios. Luckily, though, we've got a good setup for it. I think the best play for us is to promote Crabominable here, right? Just because this guy swings hard. Then it's a single prizer, so if they KO it, it's also not the end of the world. We're still in the game. I think that's our best bet. And then how do we dig ourselves out of this? How many boss's orders does our opponent have in discard? Our opponent has 3 boss's orders on discard. Okay, that's not bad. Also, just taking a KO on the active, I guess, isn't the end of the world, because then they don't have access to Counter Catcher. So that's kind of nice, too. We do have access to Nest Ball. I could play that now just to try to thin the deck. 1 more card. Crabrawler isn't totally what I want, though. I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to leave that spot for Veluza, especially knowing I have Crisis Punch in the deck. So I think I am. I think here what I want to do, I kind of want to just bench the Veluza now. Just get that guy set up, get him locked and loaded. I could Night Stretcher take back an energy to conceal cards. No, I lied. I can't, actually. I cannot do that. Alright. That's fine. I could keep Counter Catcher in hand. So what do I Kofu away? I Kofu, I put Luxray, put Ultra Ball in the bottom of my deck. Those are 2 cards I absolutely love to hold on to, and we will draw into a banger of a hand this turn. That feels pretty good. I think the best play for us is just to swing for KO on their active. I could counter catcher up to Rapagos. That actually doesn't feel too bad either. I guess they do get access to counter catcher though, which is what scares me about that play. I kind of want to stay on even prize cards here. I'm not sure. But Terrapagos is the only thing that could one-shot Palkia VSTAR here. But if they have Boss's Orders or Counter Catcher, they'll just take this guy, so it doesn't really matter. I think all I want to do is just take the KO on their active. Because if they have Boss's Orders or any way to Gust, they can just use Cloth and KO this guy. I'm too worried about KOing this Terrapagos because, oh, it could one-shot Palkia VSTAR because of the Mochi. Or just however many Pokemon are on our bench. Whatever it is. If they have a Counter Catcher or Boss's Orders, they win. It doesn't matter if I take 2 prize cards here. We just have to hope my opponent doesn't play a 4th Boss's Orders, and I don't think they do. I didn't in my Cloth list. I guess maybe they could Pal Pad and draw into it somehow. I just have no idea how. Maybe Pal Pad flip the script. They could get it, and the chances aren't super impossible. But they got Blood Moon or Saluna. Okay, but same thing though. They either have Boss's Orders and they won, or they don't have a Gusting card and I'm gonna win. Regardless, someone's winning this turn. They go Super Effective Glasses on the normal type Pokemon. That's epic. I kind of love that. And they go Lost Vacuum on what? What? Oh, maybe they get rid of the Super Effective Glasses? Are they just thinning? I'm confused. Are they just playing every card in their hand and they have game and they're just BMing just to BM? That would be annoying. And they actually get rid of Area 0 Under Depths. Maybe that's to limit Palkia V-Star's damage? Although I one-shot everything on their board. Because I cap out at 260 with both benches full, and that's exactly what they'll be at. I have no idea what's going on. Did they flip the script? They better have flipped. They definitely did. They got 7 cards in their hand right now. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, they got rid of Fezandipiti. There's no way they didn't flip the script. And they got the DTE on the active, which is good. That gives them the 1 energy they need. They are retreating. They're definitely just doing all this, and they have a ghosting card. There's no way. Oh, but we are losing a Pokemon, so I guess we would be doing 240 damage with Palkia V. Ancient Booster Capsule on the Radiant Sneasler naturally makes the most sense. Surprised they didn't go Latias, and they go Blood Moon for KO. We got game. That is huge, man. Yo, why is this deck so stressful? Yo, this one is all over the place. How do I want to do it? I'm not gonna lie, I want to dig with Veluza. Like, I kind of want that KO. I want that Crisis Punch KO. But I should play it safe. I should go Palkia. I should. But... No, I've got 16 cards left in my deck. There's no way. If I top that Crisis Punch, I am retreating. I'm 100% retreating. Oof, we get the energy. Okay. You know what? But I must dig. They dug. Why can't I? I want to go Crisis Punch. We're going to get rid of the energy here, right? And we get another Ultra Ball. Okay, so that's not bad. That's not bad. How do I do this? I know I got game. I could just boss up something, take the KO, but I want Crisis Punch really bad. I don't think it's really likely that I get it. I think the best bet, just attach and boss. I got a lot that I could look for, but it's just gonna waste time. There's no point. I might as well, you know what, just give me the Terrapagos. Give me this guy. I could have KO'd the bear, but I want Terrapagos. I'm kind of feeling like a KO on this guy. Feels pretty good. I was going to close it out for match number 2. Again, down to, did my opponent have balls? Because if they didn't, I did. And that will close it out for, yeah, phenomenal match number 2, which I think I said like 6 times. Dude, I'm a mess tonight. I was thinking about recording 2 videos tonight. There's no shot, dude. I literally cannot handle talking out loud. I don't think I'm going to record 2. I will get Saturday's video recorded tomorrow, and I might stream tomorrow for Friday, actually. So when this video's up, I might be streaming the night this video goes up as well. So if you want, possibly tune in for a stream. Hit me up on the Discord if you really want me to stream, and I'll try to figure something out. With that being said, let's get into match number 3 and see if we can close out the perfect record with the Kofu box. Welcome to match number 3. Honestly, we open up with a banger of a hand, I'm not gonna lie. We got Ultra Ball, we can get rid of Kofu, and Defiance Band. I'm playing Squawk this turn unless I prized it. Excuse me, I had a big hiccup there. That was crazy. I'm like 5 years old again, dude. I'm literally falling apart tonight. It's insane. And I've gone 3 games in a row prizing a Kofu. I actually have no words. Alright, Someone run me the odds. What are the odds of that? I got Brilliant Blender. I do definitely want to squawk this turn. That's for sure. I want to draw into as big a hand as I can. I want to get off to as hot a start as possible. I am smacking the reversal energy on our active, and I'm squawking and season and trying to get after it. I am so pressed about prizing all of these Kofus, literally for what? This hand also is kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie. I think here we want to go Radiant Greninja, and I'm just gonna take a Veluza with this Nest Ball. I've been kind of rocking with the early game Veluza. I definitely used it really well last match. I mean, Veluza honestly might have been that MVP, taking out a couple Petrons and definitely getting its value. And we are gonna PokéStop dig a little bit deeper, and I lose 3 of the most essential cards to this deck. That is exactly what I get for playing this game. So we got Crisis Punch, 2 Ionos, and a Boss's Order sitting in the discard pile, and only 1 Kofu to show for it. My opponent plays the Artisan, so they are hopefully playing an evolving deck, especially off those Buddy Buddy Poffins, and it is a Dragapult deck. Okay, this is going to be a nightmare, I'm not going to lie, especially with Squawkabilly in play. Yeah, this is going to be a rough one. And Dusknoir line. Oh my gosh. Okay. They could just use Dusknoir and KO Veluza. Although I guess we trade 1 for 1. They could do that to Radiant Greninja. It's not the end of the world. I don't know. This is gonna be a mess. If I could somehow evolve and pull off an attack with Crabominable this turn, that would be huge. So this turn, I want to go Artisan. I want to take out another Crabrawler. And I'm gonna concealed cards and just pray. Just absolutely pray we get something. I'm not gonna lie, that's not bad, but it's not great either. You know what? Honestly, I might just pass here. I might just save this water energy to concealed cards again. I don't really want to lose any of the cards I'm kind of staring at. I think I'm gonna play the Pal Pad. I'm gonna take back an Iono and a Boss. I got a feeling I'm gonna need them. Especially that Boss's Orders. I've been relying on Boss a lot the past couple games. I'm just going to pass here. I got nothing too solid worth playing. Sure, I could have Star Portaled. It's not like I could have put it on the active. I would have had to get rid of Boss's Orders and the water energy. So then all I would have done is set up my active and not been able to attack because I don't have enough Kofu in the discard pile. So I think here I just want to take it a little slower. Don't want to give them access to flip the script in any way, shape, or form. I just want to concealed cards and hopefully get another turn to play the game. They can 100% use that Dusclops. I'm not complaining again. Thank gosh my opponent hits me with the Iono. So hopefully if I just draw into 1 Irida, I can take a water Pokemon like Crabominable and Brilliant Blender. But no, naturally, I wouldn't be able to do that. So they got flip the script. I also got an Iono of my own, which is pretty clutch. And switch. It's actually kind of huge, I'm not going to lie. I could switch into Palkia VSTAR, Star Portal, KO their active, and go Boss KO on Fez. Wait, low-key. That might be the play. That actually would be a huge play, I'm not going to lie. They put 1 fire energy on the Dracloak. I can deal with the Dracloak. It's the draw engine I really don't want to deal with. And they retreat into a Dreepy. They are doing nothing else. I'm leaving them with those 4 cards in their hand. I'm pulling off the Star Portal play on their Fezandipiti. We are going to evolve both our Crabominals. Ugh, stop playing. And we got 2 energy in the discard? Yeah, we do. Okay, we are switching into Palkia VSTAR. I don't know how I'm going to figure out the energy for the rest of the game. That's a later issue. For now, I'm taking 2 prize cards, 1 KO on Fezandipiti EX. I am shutting down their whole draw engine. I will give them 1 recon directive. That's fine. They can have it. At least Palkia VSTAR, from what I know, cannot be one-shot. I mean, again, famous last words. I'm definitely the guy to say that and then get one-shot, but I don't think they could do it, which is kind of huge for us. So I sadly did not get Kofu out of the prizes. Now I can Iono next turn. That's fine. That is fine. I will put myself at 4 cards. I will hopefully put myself at 4 cards that are a bit better than the ones I'm staring at. I don't need Nest Ball. Ultra Ball is kind of pointless when every Pokemon that could evolve is evolved in play. They got another Duskull down. Okay, their bench is full. They got a recon directive. Will they pull off the Dragapult EX attack, or are we going to get an extra subspace swell when we probably shouldn't have? And there is a second recon directive. Okay, they're digging deep. And pretty much any supporter, they got it unlocked. Arven, Iono, whatever it is. I'm sure if they don't have a Dragapult, they're going to get a Dragapult. I'd be shocked if they don't pull it off this turn. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so do they have a Psychic Energy? That possibly not. They got Arven for Earthen Vessel. Okay. Or Sparkling Crystal. Yeah, either way, they're using Phantom Dive, which is fine. I'll just Iono them. I'll give them a couple cards, but hopefully I'll be able to get some extra energy set up on Crabominable. Maybe I could get an Irida in my hand for next turn, so I could go Brilliant Blender, get some more energy in discard pile, because right now all my Pokemon are attacking for an obscene amount of energy. And I actually was never really able to pull off a Greninja play because I didn't have an extra energy. If I had a third energy in my last turn, I could have switched into Greninja and sniped their active, which it was before it evolved, and they're actually going to go Counter Catcher. You know what? I'm actually pretty okay with them taking out Squawkabilly if that's what they're doing. Just get it out of the way now. Get it out of the way now. Get it out of the way early. Let me just be 2-2. Let's just both take 2 prize cards. I want to see a 4-4 prize card matchup left. They get rid of a boss's orders. Oh. Okay, I didn't expect that. I'm not going to lie. They take another Dracloak. Alright. They're going to have us a pretty good draw engine considering they're down Fezandipiti, and they recon Directive once more. I want to see that Counter Catcher played. Excuse me. Definitely getting tired, man. I don't know what it is about me recording. It's not super late. I'm telling you, it was just a long day. Actually, you know what? I'll be putting a post out, which I'm sure some of you guys have read, but I did want to say thank you guys just for creating this community with me and just being so awesome. I know on mine there's a Counter Catcher play. I'm sure it's on Squawk. Like I said, I've mentioned a couple times today. No, they take out Crabominable? That's actually fine, man. I know it's got reversal energy, but yo, that was 100% a bait. Yeah, you can put the damage counters on Palkia. That's cool, dude. You got Sparkling Crystal on your active. You can't put Defiance Band there. And they actually don't. They put 3 damage counters on Palkia. Okay, yeah, I'm totally lost. Oh, they could go Dusclops, but they would give me a I've got no idea what's going on. I've been looking forward to recording this video all day just because I'm always excited to get out content for you guys. It's fun for me to make, and I like seeing that. It seems like most people enjoy it, so thank you. Thank you, guys, for just being here. Anyways, we get a Kofu. That's 100%. Honestly, probably a better card to play right now. I actually don't want to Iono my opponent when they have 3 cards in hand. I think what I want to do, I want to Kofu and put away Defiance Band and Iono. Right? I guess I should have played that Nest Ball to thin it out of my deck. That's fine. I'll regret that later. And, okay. Alright, this is a little bit better, I'm not going to lie. I could use Artisan. That really doesn't save me. I could use Nest Ball. What would I take? Who would I take? Maybe a Fezandipiti? That's an easy KO for my opponent, though. I really don't know if I need it. We got 1 Kofu left in the deck. Do I need Fez down? I really don't need that type of liability here. Like, what would I want to draw into? I really don't need anything. Next turn, I could just Irida for, like, Earthen Vessel. Oh, no, because I kind of need to go Brilliant Blender. I got Night Stretcher, though, to take an energy back, but that's kind of not... I guess I do need a Fez. I need more energy. I need to attach an energy this turn, I'm not going to lie. I'm just in a weird spot if I don't. We still don't get the energy. Oh, boy. Yeah, because I could Night Stretcher, but I'd only get Pokemon back that I really don't need. Now I'm sitting there with another liability on my bench. I could Ultra Ball. I kind of want to save that in case I top deck another Kofu. This guy's attacking for 2 energy. You're attacking for 3. Ah, it's awkward. Okay. We'll swing 260. That's fine. If my opponent somehow doesn't take the KO... No, they could, because they could just go Dusclops, Phantom Dive. They're swinging for KO. Man. Ah, it's kind of a mess. Okay. Alright, that's fine. We'll figure it out. I guess we get a prize card off of them using Dusclops if that's the route they choose to take. And we could KO their active easily if we could get our Kofu out of the prize from Dusclops. And somehow get rid of the final Dusclops. We could use Veluza to swing. Take 2 prize cards. That would be pretty sweet, I'm not going to lie. The Veluza low-key the MVP of this deck. It's kind of nuts, dude. 110 is good damage, man. For free, 1 energy or for free is not bad. It is pretty solid. My opponent's going to Ultra Ball here, take out another Dragapult EX, or maybe a Dracloak, or maybe a Dusknoir. They could do a whole bunch of things here, actually. They could take so many cards that would cause problems. I'm curious to see which is the one they take. This is definitely a weird matchup for us, but any Stage 2 deck, any deck we can't OHKO no matter what, kind of a mess. This one is proving to be exactly that. They get rid of Rare Candy Fire Energy. I guess that makes sense. They really don't need Rare Candy too bad, do they? And they take Dusknoir. Alright, yeah. I don't know what they're trying to take here. If they don't Dusknoir the active, they're not KOing it. Oh, they could use Dusknoir to KO my bench Squawk. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Oh, that's atrocious. Oh boy. And they could probably pull off like a gusting play to take 3 prize cards on their final turn. Because they could spread damage counters to Palkia. There'd only be a couple left. So I almost want to leave Palkia in the active spot another turn. They don't. They take Greninja. I'm so lost. I have no idea what's going on. Why didn't you take Squawk? What? We get another Irida. It's not Kofu. Okay. All right. I'm confused. I'm officially beyond confused. I really don't want to Iono my opponent if they got 3 cards in hand. Maybe this is just a good Irida turn. If they don't take a KO with their active, we're already using Fez because they KO'd our Greninja. If I need Greninja that bad, like back that bad, I could just go to Night Stretcher. Oh, minion. What a gust target you are. That fish looks so gustable, so KO'able, and they go their own Iono to Iono me to 3 and them to 4. That's kind of annoying. I had a lot of cards in my hand. Surprisingly, only like 3 of them were super, super playable. And we get Irida anyway, so it's actually pretty okay if I do say so myself. Okay. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. We are going to make this work. I don't know how, but we're going to make this work. If they don't KO my active in any way, we actually do get a really great chance to swing big and take 2 prizes, and then we'll just have 1 prize card remaining. This is actually kind of huge. I could put an extra energy on Crabominable. Since he'll need 2, Veluza will need 1. Or reversal energy. That feels phenomenal too. I'm actually going to flip the script here in case I get boss's orders or something. I don't know. I could use Irida for counter catcher maybe. No, we get another Irida. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I think the best play for us is to go Irida. We'll take out really any water Pokemon will do. It really doesn't matter. I guess we'll go Veluza and Brilliant Blender just to thin out that last Kofu that we have in our deck. I can't believe I prized a Kofu 3 games in a row. That's actually nuts. We'll Brilliant Blender here. We'll get rid of Kofu. We'll get rid of the Palkia line. I really don't need many more Pokemon, do I? I'm probably not going to need Defiance Band. I'll be at 1 card remaining. And I'll get rid of Crabrawler. Yeah, because I'm not going to need that guy anymore either. Okay. And then I could Ultra Ball if I wanted to here as well. I could use Night Stretcher. Neither of those seem too worthwhile. I think the best play for us, attached to active. Do I Night Stretcher? I don't think I do. I think I save it for next turn if I need. I could go Greninja, try to dig a little bit deeper for gusting cards. Artisan's not going to do me too many favors either, to be honest. We got 2 boss's orders in the deck, I believe. No, we have 1 in the deck. Okay. Did I play 1 early? Yes, I did. I went early on Fez. Alright. And Pal Pad's gone too. Oh, man. Okay. That's fine. That's okay. What I would do for Crisis Punch next turn as well. On Veluza. That'd be pretty sweet. Anyways, swing 240. We'll take our KO. We'll get something out of the prizes. Honestly, I don't really need the 4th Kofu here either. That's not really going to save me. As nice as it would be to get it, and I do get it, it's not going to save me. I could Ultra Ball it away. Because I really just want to dig for boss's orders. Although, I literally just need a single prize. Which I can take on Duskull, Dracloak. I don't need to KO Luminion at this point. They got triple Recon Directive. That's actually nuts. They can, if nothing else, swing for KO with Dragon Headbutt onto my active. I will just promote Crabominable. Get rid. I lied. Okay, now I need boss's orders. All right. Well, that's a small change of plans, if I do say so myself. And they go boss's orders themselves. They take out Squawkabilly. Oh no, that's actually game. Man, oh my god, that's so annoying. Because Phantom Dive, yeah, they'll put all the damage counters on Palkia. Let's take a 4 prize card turn. Oh, it's so annoying, man. I bet I could have done it too. I bet I could have drawn for boss. Ah, man, that hurts. Alright. That hurts. That one hurt, man. For this deck to fall like that, I guess I kind of had it coming. This deck was taking names, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, this Kofu box went business. I think it's just Phantom Dive. Spreading damage counters like that, definitely not a fan like that in a deck like this. But I did play pretty well out of prizing 3 Kofu. All things considered, I'll take it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I definitely enjoyed making this one. I can't wait to see you guys on stream next. I definitely have been trying to stream a little more. I hope to see more of you guys there. Check out the Battle VIP's podcast if you haven't already. It is a super epic podcast. We play Who's That Pokemon at the end, which is a fun little game if you would like to play with my friends tonight. We do an awesome meta forecast, talk about some of the top decks, talk about some of the top rogue decks, some of the top cards that are pretty good in all of the decks that we're talking about. There's just a lot of good information being said there, and a lot of wild takes that you probably don't agree with, and that's okay. None of us have any idea what's going on in the Battle VIP's pod. But regardless, you should check it out. So, with that being said, oh yeah, actually before I forget, again, Rogue Regionals, February 8th, tune into the stream. It's going to be massive. I'm going for something big. I will try to set up everything I can, get as many rewards and giveaways for people on the Rogue Regionals as possible, but I'll see you guys there. That's a month away, so we got some time to prep and come up with some cooler ideas for it. Now, with all of that being said, stay epic. Peace.